Hi, this is Carl. Welcome back to another video in this series from the Rotary tools. Today we're going to be making an accessory. If you got any questions or concerns, shoot me an email, scrollstallvideo@gmail.com, or leave a comment in the section below. I appreciate it if you'd like and give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Here are my needed materials for this project. We have the Scotch-Brite, we have a ruler, the screws and nuts, a couple of washers that I had laying around. This is not a necessity, but it might help you. A small nail, a razor knife. You can use a razor knife or scissors. This is the Dremel model 4000, but any model will work. On the Dremel, we had the keyless chuck. We went over this in a separate video. So we're going to be using the keyless chuck. And for these screws here, they're Phillips head, so we're going to have a Phillips head screwdriver and a small set of pliers. Now granted, when you go to buy your Scotch-Brite, these came from Home Depot. And I did notice there was 2 boxes of these on the shelf, and there was a box right next to these. Same description, same quantity, same thickness, same grit. Everything was same, but they were half the size of these. Okay, we're going to get started here. I'm going to pull out one of these Scotch-Brites. And the reason I have the ruler is I'm just going to lay the ruler on top of here. Like I said, you could use a ruler, you could use scissors, it doesn't matter, just whatever you prefer. I mean, you could use a razor knife, you could use scissors, whatever you prefer. I'm just laying the ruler across here so I have an even line all the way across. I'm just going to slice it down here. Doesn't have to be exact. So you can see how that is. I'm just going to cut through there again. Push that aside. And now I'm going to cut them this way. Start on this end. Here's one. Like I said, they don't have to be exact, but pretty close. 2. Might as well cut up this whole line while I'm doing this. While I'm cutting this, I'm going to show you a picture of the items I bought at Home Depot. Granted, you do not have to buy them at Home Depot, just wherever you feel comfortable buying them. Okay, I have all these cuts, so I'm going to put my razor knife aside. Let me put my Dremel aside also. Now you notice these squares, you can make these any size that you like. This is just over 1-inch square. So my nail, where'd it go? Right here. I want to go towards the center. What you think is the center. Just poke a hole in there. There we go. Just poke a hole. It might be hard to see on the camera, but you can see I have a hole poked in the center. Let's see here. Maybe you can see that. So I'm going to do this to a couple of them. I'm not going to go through all these and poke the holes. I'm just going to do 3 of them. That's 2. This is 3. Proximate to the center. Okay, the reason that we're poking the holes. Let me put this nail aside. Let me open up this bag of nuts and bolts. Yeah, just slice that open. I'm going to pour out one of these bolts and one of these nuts. Here we go. Put these back in here. And we won't need those. The reason we put the holes in, it's easier to get this bolt started if there's a hole already punched in. There we go. So let me take that back out. Poke this bolt through this hole here. That's an easy way of doing it. And let's go with this third one. Get it started, turn it upside down, just push it through there. Okay, we have 3 of these. Okay, I'm going to take my smaller washer. Preferably you'd want them the same size, but these came out of my junk drawer, so I'm just going to use these. I'm going to put one of these on here. Put a Scotch-Brite pad on there, such as this. Here we go. Now I'm going to put the second Scotch-Brite pad on there. The second one, you're going to want to turn it so the corners are like this. Let's see here. Here we go. And the third one, we're going to put back on the same direction as the first one went on. Okay, those are loaded. Now we're going to put the second washer on. The nut. I want to tighten this down all the way down this bolt. There we go. Okay, I'm going to take my small set of pliers and hold this nut with the pliers. I'm going to tighten up this as tight as I can get it. There we go. Okay, you'll see it has a weird shape to it. Let's see, there we go. Don't worry about it not being around. I'm going to show you how to fix that. So, hopefully that's in focus. Let me hold it here for a second. Okay. We're going to pull the Dremel back up here and insert this bolt into the Dremel. We'll push down as far as we can. Let me loosen that up. I was going the wrong way with it. Okay, we're going to push that as far down as we can. Now we're going to tighten this up. Okay, here we go. Now I'm using the longer bolt on this, so we'll have longer access to get it inside of something that has a tight fit. You can use shorter bolts if you prefer. Okay, to To round off these is a very easy process. I'm going to plug in my Dremel here. Just 1 second. Okay, here we go. I've got an old piece of scrap wood right here. It's just an old piece of pine. I'll show you how easy it is to round off this. Whoops, I don't have it plugged in properly, of course. Plug it into the wall. There we go. I've used this Dremel so much, it might be time to change the brushes out in it, but it should work for this video here. Okay, like I said, you notice how this is not a round shape. We're going to round these off just by going against a piece of wood. Getting a little bit better. We're going to do it again. Oh, this Dremel is getting a little bit rough. Let me take this out. Reposition this in here. I don't have it centered in here properly. I'm going to take it back out and start over on this one. You'll notice I had a bad wobble in it. It wasn't centered properly. So let's try that again. Tighten this up. There you go, I did it again. Let me I'm going to get a different Dremel here. Like I said earlier, this one might be time to do a little bit of maintenance on this one. So let me swap out this Dremel. The Dremel model 300. We'll slide this in here. Loosen that up a little bit more. Okay, I'll slide this in here. Everything is good. Tighten this thing up. Okay, let me plug this in. Excuse me for the delay. Okay, here we go. Turn the speed on. There we go. See how much different this sounds. I'm pretty sure the other Dremel needs some work. Probably change the brushes in it. Okay, here we go. Oh, you did notice that I failed to put this finger guard back on there. Make sure you always have your finger guard. I'm just doing this for an example. When I show you an actual project, I'll put the finger guard back on here. So let me round this off. I'm not going to put my fingers near here, which is why I'm going to go ahead and do this. And I'm going to finish rounding off this. Okay. Doesn't have to be exact, but you get the point. Good enough for me. Okay, now we're going to actually use this on a project. Let me show you. I have an old wrench over here that I bought at a yard sale. So I'm going to take this back out so I can put the finger guard back on here, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, I'm back. This is an old file that I got at a yard sale. It even has looks like a piece of plastic melted on here. It's very well used. So we're going to see if we can get some of this rust and grit out of the channels on this file. Well, here we go. Make sure when you do this, you always wear safety glasses. Preferably a dust mask also. So here we go. Oh yeah, that's working great. Turn the speed a little bit higher. There we go. I'm going to try this side. See what we can do with this. Oh, look how dirty that is. Anyway, you get my point on this, I hope. Now, for me to make approximately, let's see, 1, 2, 3, I can make probably about 24 to 28 of these wheels buffing pads out of this one pack, and I have $5, almost, I'm going to say $6 invested in these Scotch-Brite pads. I can reuse the bolt, or I can reuse the nut. So I'm comparing the cost if you buy these from the favorite tool store. Picture of these, I'll put it up. They're $3.97 for a package of 2. Or you can get, I'm just going to round it off and say 25 buffing pads. Well, 3, 6, 9, 12. I'm going to say you can get 50 buffing pads out of this, depending on the size that you cut them. 50 for $6 or 2 for $4. It's a no-brainer. I would appreciate it if you'd like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.